All right, hello everybody. We are live. Actually, I'm just going to wait a second. It sounds like Google's a bit behind. Okay, we are live. Hello everybody. My name is Callum Brown. I'm here with Erik. He's my buddy. He's way over in
Hello.
Australia. I'm in Canada. Welcome, Erik. How are you doing?
Great. How you doing?
Excellent. So we're going to play some games today. I'm playing on my MiSTer FPGA system. You're playing on some computer emulators. We're just going to be seeing my video, but Erik's going to be joining in the fun too, just so he's not just staring into the void for this whole thing. So, I thought our topic today would be bad games. So I picked a couple games that either are like certainly bad or just have a bad reputation. And so the first one I want to start with here is Sonic Spinball. This is a game I did have as a kid, and it just doesn't have a great reputation. It's a pinball game, but you can control Sonic, so it's just a bit of a strange one. Have you ever played this one before?
No, I gave it a bit of a spin last night just to see what it's about. I like it actually.
Yeah, I think
looks like fun.
I think it's pretty good. I mean, it's probably one of those games that if you played it too much, you get bored of it and want to move on to something else. Thanks for everybody who's tuning in. I see a few people there. I see Ping Pong, my buddy Raph, who's just a few kilometers away from me. Thanks for showing up. And okay, I'm gonna get started with the game here. So I'm gonna pull up my controller here. So I'm playing on a MiSTer FPGA. If you don't know what that is, it's a system on an evaluation board with an open source software system that can play many different systems. And Sega Genesis is one of them. It plays very well. Alright, so basically in the game here, you actually do control Sonic and you can jump, which is pretty neat, but you also control the flippers here. So, you're going to have buttons that are left flipper, right flipper, or both, and I'm pretty sure it's actually just easier to always press both.
Okay, I've been doing one or the other, but
yeah.
I
Actually, you know
noticed,
what? Go ahead.
like you said, you control Sonic, so the arrow keys can move the ball a bit while it's in the air. Which is
Yeah. I'm going to redo my controller here a bit. Let's try that. Because I'm using a Sega Saturn pad, which, should do pretty well here. Okay. Oh. Alright, so I'm going to turn up the music a little bit, because the best thing about this game probably is the music. I'm not sure if you've given it much of a listen yet.
Yeah, it's nice.
I saw a comment on Twitter that said Sonic Spinball is the game that you played for half an hour but remembered the music for 15 years.
Yeah, it's banging. Definitely the whole game has got that sort of slick Sonic feel to it too.
Yeah.
It feels smooth.
Yeah, so in this first lower section here, your only real objective is to get those two little targets right at the top. So I got the one on the left, so I'm going to go try and get up to the right here. I gotta release the... oh, I went too far, so this is a different section altogether. So each of the boards in this game has a few little subsections like this, and your general idea is to get to the emeralds. Oh. We have a comment on... Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I have definitely not figured this game out. That's pinball in general for me. I just mash the buttons and hope for the best.
Yeah, when you know that I kind of collect arcade machines, I haven't had a pinball machine. I made a virtual pinball machine once, and that was fantastic. When I was living in London, Ontario, I made that, and you could load up any game onto it, and
Nice.
it's pretty neat. It's kind of a weird setup because it does use MAME. It uses a software emulator. It uses the actual ROMs from the game, but then the actual tables are scanned in from people who actually own them. Okay, I'm just kind of going in circles here. I got to get out. So I'm gonna go down here.
Oh, that's clever.
I can't do that yet. Actually, I didn't release the ooze yet from both sides.
Gotta release the ooze.
Yeah, I gotta get out of here. What Sega Genesis emulator are you using there?
Oh, what was it called? So I've got it all wrapped in Arch. What's it called? Arch.
That's Retroarch?
Retroarch.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got it wrapped in Retroarch. I don't remember what core it's using for this. It seemed like it does like a whole bunch of the different Sega systems, like Game Gear and other stuff.
Yeah, I think Retroarch is a project that aims to kind of unify everything, so you just kind of load up one program.
Yeah. So Retroarch, yeah, it can emulate all sorts of stuff, but then for each system you actually want to run, you have to load a different, what they call a core.
Oh, okay.
So it's got, like if you're doing SNES, it's going to have SNES 9X or whatever under the hood.
Yeah. Oop. Okay, I gotta get rid of these guys up here. Gotta get rid of all those barrels on the left side too, eventually.
Oh yeah, I've been working on the barrels. But I mostly end up with those worms that stick out.
So there's a comment here on the stream that says Sonic Spinball was written in C at a time when everything was written in assembly, so that's kind of interesting.
Oh, cool.
Thanks for that factoid. Man, just not hitting these today.
Ooh, I got an emerald. Emerald power.
Ping Pong, is that Epic Pinball the games, the computer games that were made in London? Okay, so actually this is a kind of a hilarious story with my buddy Raph. So I mentioned on the last stream, so we get together and play music, synthesizers and that kind of thing. And I got one of my emeralds. All right, 1 to 3.
Nice.
Oh, back to the bottom here. So when we met, it was through our wives, and Raph came over one day, and he saw a piano case sitting in my kitchen. He was like, "Oh, what's that?" And I said, "Oh, it's a digital piano I'm getting rid of." And he said, "Oh yeah, cool. I'm kind of into synthesizers." And I was like, "Come check out my basement." And I had like 9 set up. So like that was funny enough. We're like, "Oh, this is crazy. Like, how did our wives not tell us we were into the exact same hobby?" And then he looks over at this one drum machine and he says, like, "Hey, where'd you get that drum machine?" And I was like, "I don't know. Probably when I was in London." And he's like, "You definitely bought that for me." And he had like put a paint mark on it. I can't remember what the reasoning for the paint mark was, but so yeah, I had actually met Raph in London, like just to buy a piece of gear, and our wives didn't know each other yet, but there we are.
I just died. I hit the ooze.
Okay, I need to get out of this section here. Now that I've got all the cleanup complete stuff, I need to get around here. I don't think I ever stayed alive this long as a kid, like playing this game. I think I might have gotten this. I'm not sure if I got this when we got the Genesis or later. I don't have any like memory of like ever asking for any video games except Mortal Kombat. All right, so I think I need to go this way, right? Right.
Oh, cool. How do
And then, okay, so what do I want to do? Can I get back? Just let me back. Where does this send me to? Okay, I'm in the main section. That's perfect. So now I can go and, I can get this guy. Yes. Oh, it's drained already. So that upper section is already drained, so I can actually go and collect that last emerald. All right. Just have to... There we go. Oh, no, I don't. I want to go... I need to go back down here. I need to hit that ooze just right. Yes. Going for a little swim. A little boat ride over here. Get in there, and there, we've got the emerald. Okay, so this is gonna get us to the boss. To figure out where the boss room is.
how many levels does this game have?
You know, I don't
Or is
actually
this
know. No, that it does. It has multiple boards, and as a kid,
Okay.
you know, it took all of my cunning to beat this level, and I can remember never even figuring out the second level. So when we get there, I did watch some playthroughs, so hopefully I'll have some clue of what to do.
I've just taken my second death on this first level, and each time you die, you reset everything you've done. That kind of sucks.
Oh, I said wrong move. Okay. Yeah, it resets your progress, eh?
Yeah.
Oh no. I hit it too. Okay, I'm gonna have to try again. See if we can get through at least this one board. So Eric, were you always were you guys always a Nintendo family?
Yeah. Definitely no Sega in our household. But, you know, it was always fun to go to a friend's house that had Sega, just to see what was up. And I don't think I had much of that. I had one friend who had one of the earlier Sega consoles, but yeah, I don't know pretty much nothing about Sega.
Yeah. Yeah, it's you know, I was really definitely on the whole idea that like I definitely fell for the Sega marketing, that like Sega was like the cool crazy system, and like Nintendo was like, you know, I mean, Nintendo games are obviously fun. I never had any illusions about Nintendo games not being fun, but I was like, oh, you know, whatever, Mortal Kombat, it doesn't even have like blood on the Super Nintendo version.
Yeah, Nintendo was definitely going for that younger market, and I think last stream we were playing Batman, and we were talking about sort of the dark atmosphere in that.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things that made it stand out on Nintendo, is the dark atmosphere on Nintendo was not much of a thing.
Oh man. So to me, like, the funny thing is, the funniest thing I've seen is Night Trap being released on Nintendo Switch. So I don't know if you're familiar with Night Trap at all. It was
no, don't know that.
I was gonna actually consider doing it on the stream, which was a Sega CD game, and it was like one of those FMV games where like it was all video, you barely had any like control over anything. But it is, along with Mortal Kombat, one of the games that like spurred on the, you know, the ESRB and the rating system and all that kind of stuff. Just for its like violence and like women and stuff like that. So anyway, so like
yeah, I know what it is. I've seen videos of this thing. It's like there's kidnappers that are
they're like I think they're eventually vampires or something. But
right.
yeah, so that you can buy that on Nintendo Switch, like a physical release of that. So like to me it's just kind of funny. It like spells to me the end of that Nintendo pristine atmosphere, reputation.
I think they still, you know, if you're a parent and you're looking for some real child-friendly games or something, I think you can normally trust Nintendo first-party titles.
Yes.
Mario and that sort of thing are always going to be having that sort of real childlike feel to them.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think they don't want to just make that their only thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I cannot get through this. I was talking to a neighbor a while ago, and they were kind of asking me those questions, like, what should I get for my son? He's, you know, this age. And, you know, my only real recommendation these days is like, be careful about like online games that have like voice lobbies and stuff. That's where the real trash is other people. It's not the game content you got to be careful about.
True.
Man. I don't know if you played too many online games. I played like a ridiculous amount of Rocket League when it came out, and like I turned off all the voice features after like 1 hour. Like, never again.
Yeah, I haven't played many online games in the world of sort of voice chat. You know, I definitely played StarCraft, that sort of thing, StarCraft 2, but just type.
Have you followed any of the StarCraft stuff over the past, like all the, you know, like the StarCraft is still a like world class game, and you know, like esports, like Korean esports and that kind of thing.
I believe. I mean, StarCraft itself was you know, popular for so long.
Yeah.
And, but no, I haven't watched any of that in the past 10 years, probably. You know.
Yeah, I've tried to like log into the streams, but since I don't like know the games, I really don't know what's going on. But it's pretty neat that games, you know, of that age can still have such a deep, you know, deep skill level and like strategy that, you know, the meta of how the game is played like changes frequently.
Yeah, and you know, Blizzard's always tweaking the balance and everything, trying to keep it fresh and interesting. But
do you remember the one time we tried to play Second Life?
Yeah.
We both.
I don't get it.
We both decided to log in and like walk around for a bit, and there was all we could find was like dance parties that were all advertisements when you tried to talk to them. And I think we played a text-based fishing game for a few minutes. And then I think
that sounds right.
We were just like, I don't get this.
And I think there was a lot of, you know, like artwork on the walls as well. I feel like we were at an art gallery or something.
Yeah.
Okay, how are you going on this game? How many times have you died?
I'm going on the, like, this is my like second try.
Okay.
If I do
I think
not,
I'm on my last life.
Yeah. If I don't get through this, we'll switch it up to the next game.
Cool. Okay, I'm trying your swim over trick. Oh yeah. And then I got an emerald. It's tricky because normally when you I just ended up back in the right zone again. I just spent all this time trying to get out of it. I shot myself right back in.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah, you know, I think this game is worth it for the music. I've definitely had this like bass line stuck in my head, like since, like, you know, I feel like if I'm like playing a synthesizer, like at a, you know, I'm in a long liquid, I'm trying something new, I'll like put on a bass patch and like try and get this jam going.
Nice.
Okay, I just need to carefully get up here. Oh, not hard enough, man. Alright, so I'm on, okay, I got a second emerald here, so...
Oh, sweet.
I'm trying to get the last one.
I made my way to the second zone. I'm working on unlocking the second emerald, I think.
Oof. I had a really fantastic pinball game for the PC, like for Windows 95 or something when I was younger. I remember it was, what was the name of it? It was like dinosaur based, and it was all like 3D augmented pinball, like with all sorts of, you know, like stuff that couldn't exist in real life.
Cool.
Extra pinball stuff, you know.
Not the Windows secret pinball game.
Space Cadet, no, not Space Cadet. I'm sure you know this by now, but that was actually a demo of a wider game that had more tables. But they didn't really make that.
Okay.
Didn't really like make that apparent, I don't think.
I just died. I'm game over.
All right, I'm just going in, trying to get into the last zone here.
Just gonna check out all your strats here. Very nice.
Okay. thing is that, oh yeah, as I say, I'm only like 10% sure that I actually remembered to clear the flag on the other side. So let's see if I can get back over there.
The one for smashing the barrels?
No, the one that like goes over the top on the. See at the very bottom of the screen there, that little like white thing,
yeah,
like a bowling pin almost.
The bridge lever thing. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I need to get to that on the other side, so I need to go. I need to go this way. I think if I like do this, it flips me around. There we go. So I actually didn't. I guess you don't have to release both of them. Okay, so
No, I think those bridge levers just affect, while you're on that little rails that you were just doing, it affects what you can do on the rails.
Okay.
So it just sort of closes some of the gates, I think.
Okay, so now I have to get up. So let's go up here. Go up into one of these things. I think the real key to this game is to like figure out how to. Well, that was lucky. It just happened to be there. I think the real key to this is to like figure out how to stop the ball more, and then like know exactly which angles. I mean, I guess that's probably like most of pinball.
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
That always seemed like the coolest trick in general. Okay, here we go. This is it. So now I can go up here. Yes. Okay, now we're into boss mode. All right, so I gotta go up on top here and beat up Dr. Robotnik, or Eggman, or whatever they call him these days. Did you ever get around to watching the Sonic movie?
Yeah, I liked it.
Was it any good? I didn't watch it yet. It's been on my list.
It was, you got to go in with low expectations, I think. But if you do, it's fun.
I feel like I could actually do like a crap movie night now that we have Mortal Kombat came out. What, today? Yesterday? Another Mortal Kombat movie?
Yeah. Do you know anything about it?
No, I mean, I heard like, again, like on like Twitter and whatever, people saying like, what it's missing is fun in Mortal Kombat.
Very nice.
All right, so this boss is not so hard. Once you get in here, I think he pretty much stays in. Oh, I thought I had him. I gotta bust him up a few more times. He doesn't have a weapon, so I think I just have to keep doing this. Yes. Level completed.
Very nice. Beautiful.
Oh, Raph is asking about 3DO. Have you ever seen a 3DO? Panasonic 3DO system, Eric?
No. 3DO, Panasonic.
3DO is also a company. You would have heard of lots of 3DO
games.
Of the
game there. What kind of stuff have they made?
3DO company. What do they do? All that comes to mind is Army Men, like on PS1.
Okay.
3DO company. I can't remember what else they did. Anyway, so this was like it was a game system, and
yeah.
And it was, again, one of, like Sega CD, it was kind of one of these like multimedia heavy ones. Actually, it was more like it was like the Philips CDI, the Amiga CD32. All these things came out like when CDs first became available, and they thought all people wanted to see was video. Now there are a couple interesting things on 3DO. Like it apparently has a really good. I think it has a. What is it? I think it has a really good Samurai Showdown. It has a really good Street Fighter of some sort. And you know what I really liked on that was a game called The Incredible Machine. Did you ever play that on DOS?
Yeah. On DOS for sure.
Yeah, where you would. It's like a.
Tim.exe.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so we're gonna move on to a different game now because this is I don't even know how to do this level. Yeah, so I would actually love 3DO to be supported by the MiSTer because there's a bunch of weird stuff on it that I would like to play. And interestingly, like it's like sold well in Canada, or there's a lot of extra stock because you can buy a ton of games on eBay in Canada, brand new for the 3DO. Just a weird thing. All right, so let's try and play some Mega Man on DOS here.
Beautiful. I love it.
Okay, so I'm gonna take out my. So if you haven't seen my video on my MiSTer case, you should check it out. I have little SD cards with consoles on them, so I actually switched the SD card for the game. So oops. Thought I had a computer, but I had a Game Boy. So this is my 486 one, which is a IBM. All right, put that in there. That might not even be accurate because the IBM model that I actually use for the print may not be a 486. It might be like an XT or something. All right. This may take me a moment to get going because we're on a different monitor here.
Well, I'm just getting
There it
set up
goes.
on my
Awesome.
end.
Beautiful.
So, did you ever have this game growing up?
No, not at all. And the reason I put this on the list was because I wanted to love it. So, because I seen so many videos that people say that it's terrible and everything, and so I watched some videos. I booted it up and I thought, if I had this on DOS, if I had this on a 486 computer, I think I would like this. I think I would put a lot of time into it.
Well, I did have it.
You did have it,
I
eh?
had it back in the day. Oh yeah, yeah. And it always seemed like I think it was one of those things that I would tell my friends about, and they'd be like, "There's no Mega Man on DOS. What do you?"
You were that, yeah. You were that guy
Yeah,
on the playground who we thought we were making up games.
Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely it's a hard game, so I never got very far in it. But yeah, I love that. Partly just because it was so weird, it was so unique.
Yeah, I was gonna resize my screen a little bit here. DOS Mega Man, prepare your eyes, says Epic. So I picked the VGA version. I don't know. Most of the videos seem to be CGA. I think that's just to make it look as bad as possible. So VGA graphics at least has like some real color to it, so it's not as bad. Okay, I need to set up my. It looks like it has not retained my controller setup, so I'm gonna set that really quick. One of the nice things about MiSTer is that you can map your controller to the keyboard really easily. So left, right, down, up. I probably want this to be this and this to be this. And there we go.
I'm gonna play this one on the keyboard to get that nice authentic 90s.
So also, like no matter what speed, like I can bring this as low as 15 megahertz and it's still way too fast. So there's actually, it's in the manual, which is crazy. There's actually a button to slow it down. So see how fast I'm going here. So I can press F2 and slow myself right down. There we go. Seems a little more video gamey to me. And according to all the things I read, you just blast through this first section. You cannot escape this dog. And I saw one playthrough where they were able to kill the dog, but I couldn't do it. So
yeah, I've killed the dog, but it'll spawn again. So as soon as you kill it, there's a new one. So
okay.
There's really no point. It's this always was the intimidating part of the game, was getting past this stupid first dog.
I just think the
Who are
game
you going first?
is totally unfair. I practiced a little bit on Sonic Man and Dynaman. Which one? Oh, hold on. I
always went Sonic Man first.
Okay, hold on.
Let's go Sonic Man.
I'm missing some video. There we go. There we go. All right, I think we're good. Okay, Sonic Man. Let's go check him out.
Yeah, let's do it.
Enter. So no music, just some sound effects, just like PC speaker sound effects here. Now this room, I did notice that like you can basically kill the bats until you get enough like energy to escape the room with full energy.
That's definitely the bats are usually a good source of health. But I remember I don't think I got much further than this room when I was a kid because it's not obvious what you need to do.
No, not at all. There's like no feedback from the walls that they break.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
those
walls are destructible, but
the explosion hurts you. Like the explosion from the wall hurts you too. So I'm gonna try and see if I can farm some power here. Come on, give me the power. So I'm using a custom core for this 486, which detects the DOS, the text mode, and it detects like the game mode and changes resolution. So I'm playing on a big CRT, and it actually looks like fantastic for me.
Nice. Right now I'm just using DOSBox on the computer, and everything's stretched. I didn't put in the effort to get it configured correctly, so it's all not looking very great, but it works. Yeah, I've got super widescreen stretched Mega Man here.
Oh man. Okay, so I got rid of these guys. The rats like occasionally stand up and you can kill them, but if they don't stand up, you just can't do anything.
Like you can't to a frog.
You can't duck. Okay, nope. And then
so anything.
Oh, man, this is
anything on the floor.
This is so brutal. And then like as soon as you get in there, the next room is filled with all these pipes that shoot fire at you.
Isn't that what your pipes do?
My pipes don't do that anymore.
That's just what pipes. Oh, okay.
I'm out. I'm dead.
Ever since the incident.
Epics, it sounds like you are familiar with MiSTer. Are you somebody that I know on Twitter or maybe on the MiSTer forums? I should have prepared something for like background music here, because this is just
that's the worst thing about this game.
Yeah.
I gotta say though, I am still loving it.
Yeah, I really think if I had this as a kid, I wouldn't have thought it was bad. I probably would have been annoyed using the keyboard because I'm just not very good at that. But
yeah, well, they use the very intuitive J for jump.
I couldn't figure it out. I was like hitting every key on the keyboard trying to figure out what to do.
Oh, and if you happen to go into the menu, the escape menu, there's no way to get out of that menu without selecting a weapon, which is hitting either key D, S, or V, which again is, if you hit escape to get into it, and then you've basically just broken the game until you can figure out how to get out.
But don't you also not have a weapon at the start?
Yeah, well, you've just got the default blaster, which is the P weapon.
Yeah.
I guess for power? I don't know what it stands for.
Okay, I'm gonna reset and pick a different level. If you don't mind.
Oh, go for it. I'm playing through my, what is it, Sonic Man? Sound Man? Gotten to watery part of the stage.
I should have had you playing this one because I did not get that far.
Actually, I'm gonna quit out of this one too. So actually, you could have just, if you die, I think 3 times, and it brings you back to the stage select.
Okay. Let's try Dynaman just because I did try that one.
Cool.
Dynaman. Oh yes. Forgot to slow it down again, so like this bee is just like throwing nails at me. Like what a potent first weapon for an enemy to have. Like it drops 4 bouncing weapons at you, bouncing bullets.
Yeah. Yeah, those bees are tough, and even if you kill them, they still drop the nails. So there's not really much advantage to killing them.
Okay, but yeah, like this platforming section is fine. No problem with this. If the game was all platforming like this, like there'd be no problem.
Have you seen the Gaming Historian video on this game?
I have.
Yeah, he does a good job talking about it. Well, and he interviews the creator of this game. It's pretty interesting to hear his take on it. I mean, I think the idea is basically this started as just a fan game. Like he just wanted something fun to do on his own, so he was just programming this. And then he happened to be working at Capcom at the time. They heard he was working on this, and they said, "Hey, do you want to sell it? Do you want to ship this thing?"
Yeah. So like I'm stuck in the lava
yeah,
now.
cool.
I'm stuck in the lava now, and like it just can't. I can't get out. Like I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what.
I think once you're in the lava, you're done.
Once you're in the drink, you're done. Oh, it's gonna spawn me on the conveyor belt, isn't it? So you said you had this. Did you have like the retail copy, or did you get it? I remember you had like a piracy contact.
I did have a source for things, but no, I think we had the legit copy of this game. Although, all this stuff like having to hit J to jump and stuff, you need the manual for that. And I don't remember ever looking at a manual, but pretty sure we had the retail copy.
Man, this is brutal.
It was after these times I think that we started to get more pirated games, but I think this was still early on.
Yeah. I had a friend who just had like mountains of games. He had he just had like 1 million floppy disks. I actually picked up
Yes.
I picked up an Atari ST today for my collection. Guy had it.
Nice.
Man, I can't get past this section. That's ridiculous. So Atari ST is a computer, and it came with the monitor and everything, and it's a nice model called a 1040 STF. And oh yeah, let's try the last stage before we move on. I don't know what you're doing, but
I joined you on this level, and I keep on dying just at that jump before the checkpoint, where they've got the arrows telling you go over.
Okay, yeah.
So that's as far as I've gotten.
Okay, I'm gonna go over to Voltman and see what's going on there.
I will join you on Voltman. Voltman was always the hardest for me. You got these electric beams running along the floor and stuff.
So I picked up this Atari ST locally, and it's pretty neat because I always like to ask people when I pick up this stuff whether like they've had this all this time or if they were a collector. And he said no, that he bought it for school, and I found like in there like a random receipt with his name on it. It's pretty cool, and like he had a couple discs left over that said like business school on them. So
Nice.
yeah. Had been sitting, and he was going to throw it out actually, and then he decided he should check to see if it's like people are interested in these things. And he was pretty amazed. I think I got a pretty good price on it, but it wasn't like a yard sale price or anything. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do at this level now. I'm like on the ground level here, and I just don't know what I'm doing.
I'm around the same point. I'm getting just slaughtered by those mosquitoes.
Oh man, mosquitoes and electricity, eh? It's actually kind of funny because usually like you would use electricity. Maybe that's the idea. Maybe the mosquitoes are there because they're attracted to the sparks. Like a bug zapper.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I got through. Actually, I got through the bottom part. I'm gonna go down the ladder.
Nice. I'm almost through the bottom part.
Oh, what? There's like a...
What happened?
There was like a bullet hell bug that came in and blasted me. Oh, okay, that time it didn't wait for me.
Oh, yeah, okay. I got hit by that bug too. But I'm alive.
Getting sucked into this generator too.
Yeah.
So this, even though this is like an original game, as in like not a port of another Mega Man, this could have been fine if it had like a small team. Like if he had like one other guy who could do quality control on this thing.
Yeah.
Like I
a bit
feel
of
like
music maybe.
Well, I feel like the issues even just come down to like the level design. I think everything looks great. Like this VGA version I think looks pretty good. The enemies are good. There's some backgrounds. There's like a particle effects, like in the last level, the little lava bits coming up were pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got these cool physics things where you're being sucked into the generators here.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty neat. That's kind of a neat idea. That's like, you know, it's trying to simulate to you that it's you know, it's a spinning object. That's, I guess normally in real life you probably get pushed to the outside, not the inside. But, you know, whatever. This Mega Man physics. This is ridiculous. It'd actually be cool if somebody could go in and, like, reprogram the game to be fair. Like, just... You know, maybe that giant mosquito only shoots, you know, 5 bullets, not 6.
You know, I went back and played the first Mega Man for NES, and it was hard too. I think the games being hard is part of the Mega Man experience.
Yeah, but there has to be a limit, man.
Yeah, I think one of the frustrating things is these enemies that go real low that you just have no way of hitting.
Yep.
Like these spiders, you know, what are you supposed to do once they get on the ground? You're
yeah,
got no options.
Okay, I think I'm ready to move over to our next game.
Cool, sounds good. All right, I just died
okay.
in some spikes.
All right, so I think we're gonna go for Jaws on the NES. I'm gonna switch over to my other controller here.
Yeah, so you said you had this one. You had this one growing up on the NES, yeah?
I actually think I didn't own it. I think it was a game. We used to rent a cottage from my neighbors, and they had an NES that was just always there. And, you know, you have lots of fun at the cottage, but there's a limit. And so,
Sure.
so like, they had a lot of NES games there. So, you know, we used to play a lot of Tetris, and so I had this game we're playing is Jaws, and then the other one that was there that I thought was really fun was actually I'm trying to remember now. I think we own Friday the 13th, which is like the other worst NES game that people always talk about. My brothers used to spend hours playing Baseball Stars there.
Baseball Stars. I haven't played that either. 1987.
87,
Jaws.
good year.
Yeah,
Good vintage.
LJN toys.
Yeah, so LGN is just like well known to be purveyors of some of the worst NES games. So I think this game is maybe just a bit understood. The frustration with it is like this idea that as soon as you like move, all of a sudden you just hit something. And then you go down and you play this part of the game. But like, you know, that never bothered me so much. The overall arc of the game is that you have to collect shells, and you have to go back and forth between 2 ports to raise your power level to be able to kill Jaws.
Okay.
I was never successful at killing Jaws. So in these levels, what you're trying to do is collect these white shells that come down. That's why you have a shell counter at the bottom. The other power-ups are just for a score. I don't think they really matter. Like the crab
the stars
that goes across.
Oh, and the crab, yeah, okay.
Stars and the crab, I don't think they do anything besides give you a little more score in the score box there.
So the main goal is have lots of random encounters to get shells to power up.
I think it's that
I just got hit.
you just need to not be mad that you get these random encounters as you make your way between the ports.
Okay. So what? I haven't actually I haven't played this at all yet, so I'm just figuring it out. Okay, I'll head towards the next port.
Yeah, so the next port is kind of in the middle of the map. You'll see an inlet there, but you need 5 shells before you can do anything.
Before you can go to the port?
Yeah, I think if you try and dock with less than 5, it just tells you that you need more.
Okay.
I'm being stingy right now, actually. I haven't gotten many. Need 1 more. Would be nice. So there's a bit of strategy, like in these levels. Like if you get too close to the bottom, you can have things that like pop up too easy. Okay, I've got 5 shells, so I can dock.
Cool. Can you, when you're in these random encounter levels, you just have to keep going until it stops, or can you leave the level?
You can't leave the level, so it either ends. You can just kind of see the enemies kind of stop spawning, and then it'll end, or you'll get a baby shark, which takes about 20 hits or so. Then you get a bonus level. Like I'm enjoying this lovely Galaga style flyover level, where you fly back and forth, and you can speed up and slow down the plane, and then you can drop bombs on the jellyfish. Because who doesn't want to bomb jellyfish?
Yeah, what is this game?
You guys are jerks.
dropping bombs.
And this gives you bonus shells, so like this is actually very useful.
Okay.
I think it's like pretty relaxing music. I don't know if the music is. I'm sure it's not licensed.
Is it music from the movie?
That's what I was saying. Is I'm sure it's not. I think it sounds pretty good.
Okay.
Oh, so you might see Jaws behind you. So the closer he is, when you get into the random encounter, you've hit something, the more likely he is to show up. And you can't kill him when you don't have a lot of power, so your main job is to avoid him. So like he's on my screen right now. Okay. I can shoot him forever, and like it'll take like 100 hits to lower him by one thing, and the encounter will end before that happens anyway. So.
Okay.
So I'm just staying out of his way. Like, he's very predictable. He just goes up and down to match your height, and you just get out of the way. This also might be a game where if you finally do get to kill Jaws, I think it might just pop up and be like, Jaws isn't actually dead yet.
Okay.
Yeah, which is a
keep playing.
Famous for here we go. Oh, here we get to port. There. So now I have the tracker. So now it'll beep at me if Jaws is getting close. So I'm gonna make my way back to the first port to do my next power up. It is nice when you don't get an encounter and you like can drive really far. Like that's really satisfying. It's like it's the same in like Final Fantasy. You know, when you can you just want to go somewhere. And the game lets you actually do it. So this is behaving really well. This is really letting me go back and forth here.
Nice.
And eventually, once you get, I think when you get up to like power level 4 or 5, a submarine appears somewhere, and then you can like zip around in the water way faster. I think it's with a lot less momentum, so your speed up and slow down are faster.
Oh, that's interesting. I've just noticed. So I've gotten an encounter that's a lot shallower.
Yeah.
Shallower.
Yeah.
But I think that's just about where I got the encounter.
Exactly. And then later, once you have your power levels up a little bit, you end up with different patterns of the creatures. I don't think it ever changes. I think it's actually just these like stingrays and jellyfish. I think it's all there ever is. But the jellyfish start doing kind of diagonal movements that actually can get kind of tricky.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What power level do we need to? What's Jaws' power level? What power level do we need?
Oh, I think you need probably 5 before you really want to bother. Oh, I hit Jaws. So when you hit Jaws, you get a moment with your boat to like shower him with bombs.
Okay.
And then it drops you in. So power level 3, I still can't do anything, so I'm mostly staying out of his way and trying not to die until the encounter ends. It works the same way. Like you'll eventually get another baby shark come in, or it'll just end on its own. Really, just stay out of Jaws' way here. It'd be really great if I don't die for a while, because this is also a big setback when you die. It reduces your power level by 1 or 2. Maybe it puts your power level in half and takes away a lot of your shells.
Ooh.
And it gets rid of the tracker, so like your first trip to port, you will still need to get the tracker before you start moving up in power levels again. So I think, like, you know, if I didn't own this game or didn't have time to play it a lot, maybe I liked it because I only played it once a year for a few minutes. But I think this would have been a fine. I think this would have been a fine rental if I rented this game, played it for a weekend. I would have been happy.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
The bonus scene is the best.
Not too complex.
Have you gotten a bonus scene yet?
Yeah, I think. I mean, I got mine around the same time that you got yours. After I hit 5 shells, gave me the bonus.
Yeah, I think you generally get think the only time you get a bonus scene is after you kill a small shark, but it might be dependent on the number of...
Oh, okay.
It might also be dependent on the number of shells, because it doesn't always spawn one.
Okay. Well, I just killed a baby shark. I haven't gotten a bonus scene.
Yeah, so I think sometimes it doesn't do it. I think LJN also had the rights for stuff like Back to the Future, I think is one of their famously not very good game translations, and Beetlejuice, which I don't think I've ever played, which is crazy because I'm like a fanatic for that movie.
I like that movie. I don't think I've played the game either.
I think it had a Game Boy release. I have a nice little like Japanese Game Boy collection, like all nice boxed games. They're like pretty cheap because the culture with like games in Japan is just to keep all your stuff in good shape. So like boxed games are not expensive.
Oh, cool.
But I think Beetlejuice is one that I was trying to find on some system. I can't remember if it was Game Boy or maybe there's a European release. So there's something different. There's some reason I wanted to get a non-North American release of the Beetlejuice game. I think on Game Boy. Oh no, I picked the wrong port, so I forgot which port I was like headed towards, so I went back to one that I had just been at. It wouldn't let me go. Alright, I'm moving to power level 4.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm digging this.
I was gonna do Friday the 13th as another one of these games, bad games that I enjoyed. Again, good music. It's like a mystery of a game. Like it's a lot of like weird. When you watch a playthrough of it, like someone who can like beat the game in 20 minutes, not even a speed run, but just like a proper playthrough, it's really hard to figure out what decisions are being made, if any. There's like you're at Camp Crystal Lake. There's a bunch of cabins around, and it's a side scroller. You go back and forth, and you try and like light. Oh look, I got the submarine. Nice.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, this is awesome. Yeah, Friday 13th. But you know what? It used to scare the hell out of me. It had a lot of atmosphere, and Friday 13th. The opening scene is like a picture of Jason's mask, and like a knife flies in and stabs it. Like this, it's a little creepy as a kid.
I think I've definitely seen some gameplay. I think I've seen you play it. But I'm
yeah, I remember like me and one of our mutual friends like bringing NES emulators to school, and that's when we'd bring up, and we'd like make people play it on headphones until Jason popped out, and usually ruin your headphones because you like rip the cord out of your ears. Just a really good game scare for an NES game.
Mm-hmm.
Raph says Ping Pong says the music was creepy. Yes, indeed it was. Again, this is like another tune that's kind of stuck in my head for all time. Another bonus scene.
I've died a couple times. I'm back to the start of the game.
I'm amazed I haven't died yet. I'm gonna see if I can give Jaws a real good shot, and then I think we can move on to Wayne's World. Wayne's World is just the worst. Like, I think it's one of those games they really thought they could just bank on the fact that the Super Nintendo could like play voice samples back.
Oh yeah.
So it's it's all full of denied.
I'm looking forward to it. I don't think I've played that game. I don't think I've even seen gameplay.
I was reading some like reviews of it from back in the day, and they were saying like, for some reason they were saying like, play play the NES version instead, which is like, you know, very rare that you would suggest somebody to play the NES version of a game that also existed on Super Nintendo. Usually the NES one was not so great. I can't think if there's any games that were released on both that you'd want to play the lesser one.
Well, I don't even know what games were released on both. What kind of games were there?
Well, Wayne's World sticks out as one that I can really remember. I'm trying to think of another one. There must be other movie tie-in games. Home Alone? Home Alone, I'm pretty sure had definitely had NES, but I'm trying to think. I think it had a Super Nintendo as well. So Home Alone was released on both systems. Oh, which way was I going? I think I was going this way. I lost my submarine. It's like a one-time, like you get hit. It's like a shield. You get one hit with it, and then you're back to normal. Oh,
that's cool.
Okay, how far back did it push me? I got hit there.
So we did shells 11.
Power 4. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can find Jaws and see if. Well, this is gonna be tough. Let's see if I can get him. Whoa! The shallows got me, man.
Oh, yeah. That took away 5 shells and 1 power.
Yeah, so like it's like still giving me the like advanced like patterns, but it like cut back my power level. Which is like a shell bonanza though. Oh, I'm dead. All right, we're gonna move on. Good game over song 2. All right, nice. I'm gonna load up Super Nintendo. Where's my Super Nintendo? This is my Super Nintendo. It's actually a Super Famicom.
Wayne's World. All right.
Wait for my video to resync. There it is. Oops, gotta switch my controller back to one that has more buttons, because 2 buttons isn't going to do it. Actually, I think 2 buttons does do it for this game, but it's just not set up on this core. Okay. Wayne's World.
I've just started it up, and I'm loving this artwork. Oh my god.
Yeah, is yours green? It's like the logo green.
The title screen's green.
Yeah, what's up? What's up with that? That's not what it's supposed to be.
The world is green.
Now, for some reason, this game has a lot of black screens, and I'm not sure if the black screens are supposed to like give you time to enjoy the music. Like, I don't know if it's supposed to be like 4 bars, and then the game starts.
Nice.
Look at this. Look at these graphics. Garth is like
beautiful.
His head is a different color than his body. I don't know. They couldn't. They're hitting the color limits of the Super Nintendo trying to digitize Wayne and Garth here. Excellent. It's really showing off like the scaling hardware available on the system. Alright, so I'm into the game here. So I think you've only got 2 buttons here. You've got like a jump and a guitar attack.
And if you attack in the air, he does a little arm spin.
Yeah, he does a little spin.
Okay.
Which doesn't really help you, because if you like hit the button at the top of your arc, like it doesn't release till way later.
Yeah, it seems less good, the attack in the air. I think maybe they're trying to make it less good. So our goal is to go around and attack bagpipes?
I have no idea. Like, I did play this for a while, and I don't know what the actual goal is. There are like tiles you can pick up, but
Yeah, I just picked up something.
yeah, it's not clear to me what they are. Excellent.
Ooh, oh, and you can jump on the drums to get a boost.
Yeah. Hey, you know, I learned something from Wayne's World. I think it's from Wayne's World 2 that I used in real life.
Okay.
So I was at a winery, and somebody asked me the difference between champagne and sparkling wine, which I believe is what the smug boyfriend guy says in. I think it's in Wayne's World 2.
Yeah, you're right.
Actually,
That's,
all champagne
Rob
is French.
Lowe.
Oh yeah.
Rob Lowe playing that, yeah.
I was so excited when I realized why I had heard that exact question, or like knew right away the answer.
What are the things we learned from Wayne's World? Ooh, I got an upgrade to my weapon. It goes sort of wave attack now.
Yeah. Yes. Music games in general, like games that like focus on a musical genre, tend to be not great. One of the other worst games, rated on the Super Nintendo is oh, I got zapped. Is Revolution X starring Aerosmith. Is known to be a terrible game. Maybe a counterexample would be Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, which is actually pretty good. It's weird, but it's a pretty classic arcade game.
Nice. Don't know either of those. Have you ever? This is a newer game. Did you ever play Brutal Legend?
Brutal Legend? Yes, I didn't play through it, but I bought it. I had it on PS3, like in the PS3 days, and I played a little bit of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't beat it either, but kind of an interesting take on the music part of it is interesting. You have to throw a rock concert and get people to come, and then you gotta sort of like do this battle while you're putting on the concert.
And what was the connection? Like, what was the celebrity connection with that one? Was it the director, or was it Jack Black?
Yeah, Jack Black was the Brutal Legend character.
But was there was it like written? It's like written or something by like Brendan Small. Was he involved in that? You know Brendan Small of like Metalocalypse fame.
I would believe you. I don't know anything about that.
I don't know. Maybe I'm totally making that up. I thought there was somebody else involved in that. I watched an excellent video of Jack Black on a Korean game show the other day.
Okay, sure, why not?
Yeah, he's I guess he's like a celebrity over there specifically, like for appearing on the game shows, and he has an interpreter with him because obviously he can't understand Korean. And like they're very similar to like Japanese game shows where it's just like crazy fun stuff. And so like the one I was watching, he had to like against another a contestant, he had to like put pantyhose over his head and then try and run forward and blow out a candle through the pantyhose. When he put the pantyhose on, he looked like a Lego minifigure. Actually put up a Lego like minifigure on the screen to like drive that point home.
Just that bald round head.
Yes, which is even more rounded off by the pantyhose. Okay, so I feel like I'm just like going back and forth. I don't know if I'm going in circles.
I feel like the general direction is downwards. This is the biggest music store I've ever seen.
I know, this is dangerous too.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, down is a weird place for a game to go. I mean,
it is, yeah.
I would say the most successful one that went down, I think, was Super Metroid. It's a down-going game.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think mechanically at least it sort of works going down because they're able to sort of gate it, right? You can't jump back up, so if you've gone down, you're sort of locked into going forward.
That's true.
Okay, I just I don't think there's any way to get health back in this game. Maybe.
No way to do what?
To get health back.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I keep getting hit by the amps that like have. I don't know. I swear this isn't. I swear I'm not making progress. I swear it's like putting me back at the top of the map. Again, maybe the manual says that.
When you die?
Yeah. No, I mean, like I'm just going. I'm just going back and forth, and it really seems like I'm looking at the same patterns over and over. Oh, I died again. I think I'm finally dead. I only got one more shot. This music is also like pretty discordant. I don't know if you like pay attention to it. Like the bass line is. I think the bass and like a synthesizer line are in the same key, and the guitar is not. There's also a problem where like I keep jumping and hitting enemies like in the floor above. Are you having that problem?
Yeah, I'm not doing great. I've definitely died a few times, started back at the start. I'm trying to just even understand what the symbols are at the top right.
Yeah,
So
I don't know.
There's health.
I'm not sure what the thumbs up are.
I think that's our health, to be honest. And then I think the hearts are how many extra lives you have. Maybe.
Okay, I got a game over, so I think I'm gonna call it there.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Alright, let me turn this down a little bit here. Alright, well, Eric, how did you enjoy our tour of games that either are really terrible or have a bad reputation that weren't so bad?
I loved it. I think I think we got to do more of this.
Yeah, I think
maybe not always bad games, but the bad games are fun.
Yeah. Well, I think that's going to be it. I think we're going to wrap it up here. Eric, thanks again for appearing on the show here, and we'll definitely see you again. And I think in the future, in the not so distant future, you'll be closer in geographical area, so we can probably figure out a way to play some 2-player on this kind of thing.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
All right. Okay. Thanks everybody who watched. I'm on Twitter, 74XX, and check out my other videos. I've got a good video on the case I made for my MiSTer, which has been a pretty popular video. And keep looking out for more streams. And that's it from me. Goodbye, everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.